Hi, I'm Alan Ross. I'm here at the IEEE PES T&D, that's a lot of acronyms, conference. This is the 2020 version that is actually being held in 2022. These interviews that we're conducting is with thought leaders on the future of the power industry. So enjoy. So my guest at this segment is a gentleman who is here for his first time. Is that correct, Wilhelm?
Yeah.
Wilhelm is, he represents Pfiffner, is a family-owned company that is presenting here at IEEE. And Wilhelm's role is to develop the sales and marketing aspects. I assume you're doing marketing too.
That's okay. Right.
But we're going to be talking about Pfiffner in a little bit. But first of all, I want to ask Wilhelm, when you come here, not just America, you're from Europe, so you see the problems there too. But when you see the grid, power, where the whole industry is going, and that could be Europe, that could be here, what do you see as some of the problems or challenges that we're having to face?
I would say today when we see the network and the changes in the network due to the new renewable energies, the changes here with solar power plants, wind farms, shutting off big power generation plants, distributing more the power generation. This means we have much more points of where energy is transferred to, where energy needs to be connected to. We have much more switching operations in the network, so it's a more, I would say, the stability from before is a little bit lost today.
Yeah.
And we switch off solar power plants every day if it's necessary, when the sun and sunset, sunrise. For example, wind or no wind. This causes a lot of disturbances in the network today. Frequency disturbances, over voltages, harmonics, transients, all these kind of things. And these things can damage material, existing material. We need to help here the right material, find out what the problems are. And this gives also then opportunities for us with new products, better products, or specifically designed products here.
Yeah. I was in a conference and listening to a group of people that work for Southern Cal Edison, the big Southern California power company.
Yeah.
Very big power company. And, you know, also lots of solar coming in. They're probably leading the country in solar and wind. In the mid part of the state, they got a lot of wind. But one of the problems was they found that their assets, particularly their transformers, were aging at an increasingly rapid rate as a result of all of these changes. Now they were step down, now became step up, and they were doing, and you mentioned that, you said something about the assets degrade much more quickly. There's also the problem with load. We're dealing with a lot of different load fluctuations that we've never had before, so all of that does it. You are in Germany, you see the impact of, you're ahead of us in a number of ways. You're ahead of us in the adoption of green energy. You're ahead of us in electrification of transportation. Not a lot ahead of us, but at least ahead of us, right? And that's having a change on everything. What do you think's different in Europe than what we're doing here?
Not so much different. At the end is we generate power. We did it before with big power plants, and then we transfer it. And this is changing on everywhere, in Europe and here. Maybe in Europe a little bit faster because of it is more enforced even with the governments today.
Yeah.
That's a big difference, the influence of the governments here. What you said what Southern California was, I think the key word is power quality here.
Yeah.
And this causes then these transients, and these transients damage the insulation, and this is the cause for problems with transformers today. Yeah, so this is exactly, for example, where we have a nice product for that, and we are already selling it here. People are very interested here. But this is the major impact. We're just a little bit ahead because of government, more government pressure here in this way. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about Pfiffner, and you said you have a solution for that problem when you're looking at power quality issues. What is the solution?
As a solution is not to eliminate the problem. We have a solution to measure where the problem really is.
Okay.
This means you can have a highly meshed network, for example, which is okay, and then you come to rural areas where you connect your solar plants, which the mesh of the network is not as big, for example, and then you may have this kind of transient, you have these disturbances in the network, and we have a special divider measurement, a voltage measurement equipment, which can measure these kind of transients. So we can measure with that one from 0 frequency to 10 kilohertz in metering quality and up to 2 megahertz in measuring. A normal transformer cannot do this. A normal transformer is just measuring a little bit across the 60 hertz, what we have here in the States. That's it. You can't measure these disturbances. But with our product, we can do this. And we have already a couple of, especially also research institutes and also big utilities already very interested in here. We already have delivered to help them find, do they have a problem here? Because it's, again, protection of the big ticket items like a big transformer. So we help them also save money and give them a security for their equipment.
Total cost of ownership is what it matters. And if you can keep a plant, an asset running, then you reduce the total cost of ownership.
Yes.
You mentioned something earlier when we were talking to get ready for this, that you want growth in the United States and not just be from do most of your work in Europe. How are you doing that? How are you growing in the US after this market?
So what we do today is we have, our group consists of 4 companies, which is the Pfiffner Instrument Transformer Group, which I'm the head of sales. We have Moser Glaser doing bushings and bus ducts, heavily test equipment, and we have Alpha with disconnectors. And with the group with Moser Glaser, we're already here in the States with a presence, a local presence. They build up their business here. And I want to do this also for the instrument transformers for the future, because I mean, what we do today, now, we sit across each other, we see each other, we talk to each other, we know each other, and this is how we want to build up the business. Being with the people, getting what they need, helping them out with problems, and also with good products.
Now, are all these other companies, are they part of Pfiffner or not? They're you're doing this as a joint venture, or are they part of your?
They are part of our company. It's a Pfiffner Group company. We are here with our company. It's not just. I'm working here to get together with a lot of people in the different states. Okay. So we have a nice network already.
I just want to make sure that somebody can tell them what to do. Because if they work together but don't do it together, they don't work together. They got to work together. No, that's
this is a little bit what do I do? I'm head of sales.
Yeah.
And I need to bring the people together to do the work together. Work together.
So what are the problems with that? Talk about that a little bit, about how you're bringing, not so much the problems, but what are the solutions that you're bringing to bring that about?
For the development of the market? So first of all, meeting the customers, going there. We want to locate people here directly, send specialists going to the customers here, and build up the network.
Did you set up an office in the U.S.?
Yeah, this is the Moser Glaser office. It's in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
So we have this location there.
And they represent all of the others?
No, they represent themselves, but we grow this here internally now, and we go into these more directions here. Okay. So I will grow this. We plan this for next year, so to be here present more.
Is this your first IEEE T&D conference?
So my personal guess.
Yeah.
Not for the group, was already here before.
Okay.
But yes, for us it's a nice growing business, and with our good products and the solutions we provide to the customers, we think we have a benefit for them.
Yeah.
Not just the normal product, but the engineering capability, and what I said, for example, the RC device is a nice example to help them to solve problems of the future here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So electrification of transportation affects the grid like everything does. Solar affects the grid like everything does. Demand curve is going up. We're going to need more power. And then we're going to have power quality issues because of all of the things that we're doing here. When you look at all of those problems and you look at where you're focusing the solution, where are you focusing it the most?
On the power quality issue.
Okay.
Because this was, even our products which we have installed since many years here also in the States, because we delivered since many years to the States, I mean, these are the normal products as described before, and when they are exposed to transients, and then we want to protect this equipment.
Okay.
So not only our protecting, it's protecting basically every equipment in the substation.
Okay.
And this is where we want to help to save the power quality, to stabilize the power quality, And we also help the people here to get specific solutions, technical solutions when they need a specific application for that, specific metering or protection equipment, for example.
Okay. In April of next year, IEEE PES is putting on the first ever Grid Edge conference.
Okay.
It would definitely be a conference that you all ought to be. It's an expo like this
Okay.
In San Diego. So this is it. I'm on the committee, so this is shameless, right? I'm on the committee. But it's the idea of IEEE, we're trying to, because T&D is really a lot about generation transmission.
Yes.
This is really about the grid edge. Yeah. All of those other things where a lot of the power quality issues are going to come about, and you can come and solve them there. But anyway, well, I'm sure you'll get something from IEEE on it.
Sure.
But thank you for joining us. It's been a delight. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wilhelm.